Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having a great day. Today I thought I would talk about the different types of Hoya that I've collected. So in the space of just a couple of months after buying that first Hoya, I am now up to 14 different types of Hoyas, mostly different. Some are some variations on the same kind. And I actually have one more on the way in the mail, so that number will be a nice round 15 here in the next couple of days. But I thought I would share the Hoyas that I have. One of them happens to be in bloom, so I thought it was a perfect time to film this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to start on my right, and there's no particular order to these. This right here is my beautiful Hoya Obovata. I found it at a local nursery, happened to be like $15 or $16, something like that. And I just love these leaves. They're so big, and it may even be a splash variety. I don't know if you can see all the different splash on there, but I adore this plant. It was on my wish list, and when it came up in the nursery, I had to have it. The next one is probably one of my favorites. This is my Hoya Lacunosa. I think it's the Royal Flush variety. I'm not 100% sure. I'll let you know when it blooms, if it does indeed turn out to be the Royal Flush. I love the little speckling on the leaves, very nice, and a very, very prolific grower. I have had this for probably about 2 months now, and in that space of time, he's put out a couple of different tendrils, just so many new leaves, so very much an easy grow Hoya if you want lots of growth in a short period of time. The next one that I have is a Hoya Chelsea. This one I got from a local grower, as well as that Lacunosa that I just showed. I love the Chelsea. I love the crinkling on the leaves. This one was just a little rooted cutting and not a whole lot of new growth yet, but looks to be pretty happy and healthy. So I love this little Chelsea, and I hope she will grow very soon. The next one that I have just happens to be the next one that I'm grabbing. This is my Hoya Australis Lisa. I love the variegation on these leaves. So wonderful. She looks a little worse for the wear just from having traveled through the mail. I did order her off of Etsy, but you can see, I hope you can see, there's a little bit of new growth right here. So she's sitting in some nice sunshine. Hopefully she'll continue to put out new growth and be happy and healthy in no time. This next one actually came as a free gift with that Chelsea. It was a rooted cutting. This one does not have a name yet. This one is Hoya Sp 22 Khao Yai. So that just means we don't have a name for it yet, and it was discovered in the region of Khao Yai, I believe. I love these big leaves on it. Really nice, very, very, very cool variation, and I love this long tendril. Maybe you can even see there's a little bit of tape on there. It got bent a little bit in the mail, but it seems to be doing okay. It was just a very minor bend, so I'm hoping the tape will hold it together, and we will see how this one grows. I was so thrilled to receive this as a gift. The next one that I have actually came together with this Chelsea. It was given to me as one plant, not the same plant though. So this one's my Chelsea, and this one I think is just a regular Hoya Carnosa. And I'll grab another variation. This one also I believe to be a regular Hoya Carnosa. So if you know any better than I do about the species of these, please let me know. But I believe they are just two variations on a Carnosa. You can see this one hasn't given me a lot of growth. It was just a little rooted cutting, but you can see there's some little nubs on there, and hopefully those will turn into some growth soon as he starts to recover from just the general stress of being transplanted. So the next one I'll actually go with is my Hoya Carnosa. This one I found at a local nursery, just labeled as Hoya, as very often they are, or they're mislabeled. But I just love the shape of this. I love the 3 tendrils coming out. I love this nice long one. Hopefully it will put out some new leaves soon. But yeah, this one I believe also is just a plain Hoya Carnosa. The next Hoya that I have is the Hoya Carnosa Compacta, or the Hindu rope Hoya. This one I got as a little cutting at Lowe's. Maybe some of you have seen that before. It's the little cutting that comes in a little glass. It's stuck in some floral foam. So I did go ahead and pull it out of that floral foam very carefully. Did damage the roots just a little bit coming out of that. They were pretty well in there. But it actually has put out a couple of new leaves. I don't know if you can see that little one right there. So it's actually reasonably happy and healthy. It's putting out a little bit of new growth, and this one's kind of a slow grower anyway. But that is my Hindu rope. The next one that I have, actually again, a cutting from a local grower, putting out lots and lots of new growth. This is my Hoya Nummularioides. I think I'm saying that right. I love the fuzzy little leaves on this one. Such a precious little plant. Like I said, putting out crazy amounts of new growth. I actually just moved it into a little bit more, back a little bit from my west facing window. And since then, it's put out a ton of fuzzy little leaves. I think it's doing very well there, very happy and healthy. The next plant that I have, Hoya Pubicalyx. And if you see little flies coming out of these, your eyes are not deceived. I'm still fighting a fungus gnat infection. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. It's getting better, just not all the way better yet. This one is my Pubicalyx Royal Hawaiian. Have a couple of new leaves finally. This one came in the mail and actually happened to hit one of our Colorado snowstorms that I was not expecting on the way. So it was a little bit sad when it got to me, but finally putting out a little bit of new growth there. Hopefully you can see it. I'm very, very excited by this. I love the splash on the leaves. I love the deep purple, and I cannot wait till this grows some more and actually flowers for me. The next 2 that I have go together. This one, again, I got from a local person. It was actually potted up like this, and this one is almost entirely in orchid bark. It is the happiest plant, probably separate from my Lacunosa, which also is mostly in bark. The 2 of them just adore life in bark, which they are epiphytic plants, meaning they grow on trees, so it makes sense that they would do really well in that orchid bark. This is my Carnosa Crimson Princess, and she is just happy as a clam, back a couple of feet from one of my south-facing windows. Gets very, very little bit of direct light through the day, not very much at all, and she is just as happy as can be living in this pot. Put out so many new leaves. Related to her is the Carnosa Crimson Queen. You can see she's trying to hop out of her pot there. This came to me as a rooted cutting. She is rooting down into the pot reasonably well, so I don't want to try to pull her out or try to push her in anymore. So she's actually reasonably happy and healthy, just focusing, I think, on putting out more roots and not so much on new growth yet, but let's hope by the end of the summer I have a good update to give you. But this is my Crimson Queen. And I think that leaves me with just one more. I think I've saved the best for last. My Hoya Bella. She is probably my pride and joy. I found her at a local nursery. You might notice she's a little bit bare back here and a little bit more full here, so she sits up against a wall here. I took some cuttings here from the back just so those leaves wouldn't die, and they are actually rooting right now. I'll probably do a potting video very soon here, but you can see she is just grown towards the light, towards the window here very much, and actually she surprised me with a beautiful flower. So I hope you can see the beautiful white and pink. She is just beautiful. I can see a couple of more little peduncles forming here. So hopefully she has some more flowers to give me yet through the summer. But this beauty just grows for me. She is wonderful and I love her. So that is my somewhat extensive Hoya collection. I know that that is not even scratching the surface of types of Hoyas that are available, and probably nowhere near as many Hoyas as I'm going to own. I just love them. They're so easy for me to take care of. They just grow. You give them some light, a little bit of water, and they just grow for you. I love them so much. So let me know if you would like to see more of my Hoyas, maybe a care video, how I take care of them, what they're potted in, or any updates on how they're growing, or I'll try to update you as they bloom. And if you want to see my newest Hoya, I'll leave it as a surprise. It's coming in the mail hopefully today, tomorrow, sometime in the next couple of days here. So if you want to see what my next Hoya is that I've added to my collection, please head over to my Instagram. I'll link it down below, and you guys can check out my newest Hoya. So thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if you have any Hoyas, or if there are any Hoyas that I have that are on your wish list. And please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps me a lot as I'm trying to grow this channel. And I will see you again very soon. Bye. Have a great day. Hey guys, so I totally forgot to film one of my Hoyas. I knew it felt like I hadn't filmed all of them. This one here, I believe, is my Hoya Shepherdii. I actually ordered it as a Kentiana. It was actually even supposed to be variegated, and came looking like this. So the best that I can identify it, I do believe it is a Shepherdii. We will see when it blooms if it happens to be something else. There's a lot of these Hoyas that are very similar in shape, these kind of string bean type leaves. So I still do have my eyes peeled for a variegated Kentiana, but this one is that 14th Hoya, my Hoya Shepherdii.